Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. Denise, and today we're looking at Mr. Crocket, a Hulu original released in 2024. Look at that thingy title card. It's a long-standing tradition in horror to take something meant for kids and give it a terrifying twist. Dolls, multiple times. Pizzeria animatronics, multiple times. And countless clowns. All things that started off for families and wound up providing fear. Mr. Crocket applies this trend to children's TV programming. Most specifically, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Reading Rainbow, and those sing-along tapes from Disney. His little theme song will get stuck in your head, I promise.
Whenever you're in trouble, you can call on me. I'll be there to protect you in a heartbeat.
Also gives major Rainbow Randolph vibes. Friends come in all sizes. Mr. Crocket is the first feature film by Brandon Espy, who also made the short it's based on for Hulu's Bite-Size Halloween in 2022. The feature expands on the shorts concept of a children's TV show with a murderous supernatural host. Espy took inspiration from Nightmare on Elm Street, hoping to make Mr. Crocket his own Fred Krueger. Unlike Freddy though, Crocket doesn't hurt kids. He goes after their parents, punishing them when he feels they've mistreated their children. I know this movie has a lot of fans, which is great to see. For me, I found it okay. It feels like a TV movie in a lot of ways, with a by-the-numbers story and structure. Doesn't help when it touches on domestic abuse either, which really adds to the story of the week feel. But it is great at capturing the feel of a kids' TV show from the early 90s. It's also got a bunch of impressive practical effects, and a leading lady in Jerrica Hinton, whose acting is incredible. But its strongest asset is definitely Mr. Crocket himself, played by Elvis Nolasco, who makes him both sadistic and eminently likable. I could see this leaving an impression on a lot of viewers, especially of a certain age, and in the years to come, being considered an underrated classic. I wouldn't go quite that far, but I'd welcome a Mr. Crocket sequel with open arms. Much like I'd welcome the return of my childhood TV dad. Hello, children, it's me, Mr. Jadgers! And today, we're going to talk all about our health. Now, you all know that health is very important, right? And I'm sure mommy and daddy are real good about taking you to the doctor. But when you get older, it's going to get harder. Yes, I know, but finding a doctor will be daunting. That means difficult. You'll just keep putting things off, telling yourself that they'll heal on their own, but they won't. Thankfully, it doesn't have to be that way, thanks to today's sponsor, ZocDoc! ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book. It allows you to find doctors based on your medical needs, location, and insurance, then vet them against ratings from verified patients. Once you've found one you like, just select an available time slot to book, with spots often available in the next 24 to 72 hours. Doesn't that sound easy? Yeah! So remember, kids, don't put off those doctor appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/killcount to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/killcount. ZocDoc.com/killcount. Don't forget now, or Mr. Jadgers will get you. How many viewers will learn a deadly lesson from their TV dad? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins in 1993, the year of Jurassic Park. Young Darren is seeing the TV glow, but it ain't the pink opaque he's watching. It's Mr. Crocket's World, a Mr. Rogers-like kid show featuring puppets Boogaloo Blue and Squawky Bird. Oh shit, and the clock from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? And of course, Mr. Crocket himself. He sings about standard kid show stuff like counting numbers and eating your vegetables.
Let's learn how to count countries.
Darren's stepdad Kevin is trying to get him to eat his veggies too, but he's being a real dick about it.
You wanna be treated like a fucking baby? I'll treat you like a baby then.
No!
Eat.
Discipline turns into bullying, turns into abuse, as he tries to force Darren to eat faster. Shit, this is like that Tales from the Hood short where David Allen Greer got scary. Darren's mom Rhonda runs off in distress, but Mr. Crocket ain't gonna leave Darren behind. He slips out a frame on the TV and reveals that he lives in the VCR? Probably saving up for a dual deck. Crocket rockets through the door, ready to dole out just desserts with his beastly buddy Mr. Chair. Kevin begs Crocket to let him go, but manners must be maintained.
But it's family dinner time. Aren't you gonna eat, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin, you
haven't cleaned your plate.
Crocket reminds me of an evil Mr. Milchick. Or a more evil Milchick? Is Seth evil? He's a complicated character. Crocket gives Kevin a monstrous main course right out of The Lost Boys. Oh, and is that hair in there? Gross. When Kevin closes the airport for arrivals, Crocket finds a quicker route, slitting open his stomach and force-feeding him through the gash. Oh, damn, dude, we're getting multiple courses here, and an iron supplement to boot. Crocket crams more into Kevin's stomach hole until he's finally a member of the Clean Plate Club. Rhonda walks in on this mealtime massacre and screams as static fills the screen. Over a montage of Crocket clips, the host makes a promise to his young audience.
Children, hear my song.
Whenever you're in trouble, you
Call out to me.
can call on me.
I'll find you.
In a heartbeat.
I'll save you.
1 year later, the newly widowed Summer is struggling in the wake of her husband's death. Their son Major, a minor, is also coping poorly. He avoids the subject entirely, ignoring the funeral in favor of his Steam Deck, or 1993 equivalent. When he leaves the wake to play outside, he's approached by Rhonda, the mom from the opening. She's a lot more disheveled ever since Darren went missing. In fact, Summer thinks she's a crazy woman trying to snatch her kid. I mean, doesn't help that she's trying to snatch that kid. She wants to keep him safe from Mr. Crocket.
He's coming! You understand? You want your boy.
That night, during a major bummer, Summer opens up to her son as a human being. She says she's just as sad and lost as he is right now, trauma dumping like the parents and incidents around the house. But no matter what happens, she says they're a team. It's a great scene of a kid learning that his parent is a person. As a promise that she'll always look out for him, she gives Major a whistle that belonged to his dad, who was a football coach.
If you ever have a scary dream again, or if you ever need me for anything, you just blow that whistle, and I will do my best to pick up right where Daddy left off.
Unfortunately, one heart-to-heart bedside chat doesn't keep Major from being a major problem. He acts out like hell, blowing that whistle more than too short and running around screaming Icona Pop.
I don't care!
Summer's patience is wearing thin, and these parenting tapes don't help.
Instead of spanking your child, allow your child to spank you.
Yo, what the fuck? In response to Major's turmoil, a post pile drives itself into her front yard. It's a little sidewalk library where you can take a book and leave a book. We saw one in Darren's front yard in the beginning. It's Mr. Crocket's way of spreading his good word via VHS.
A friend like you is a friend like me. A friend like us is a friend like we.
Major is immediately enthralled with the program, finally allowing for a summer break. When coming up with Mr. Crockett's theme song and the other music featured in his show, director and co-writer Brandon Espy would sing different versions to his kids at home. He went with whichever one got the most stuck in their heads.
I had my own built-in focus group in my house.
In another part of town, a little girl named Carrie is watching Mr. Crocket when her TV breaks. She tries to get her dad Bill to fix it, but he's too busy getting his fix, shooting up heroin in the living room. She wakes him up with water on the nog, so he yells at her to stay in her room in a very unpleasant scene to watch. Whole thing feels a bit too real and bleak compared to other parts of the movie. Remember that fun montage with the whistle? Now we're watching a junkie shoot up, and not even in an alleyway. Thankfully, we won't be here long, because the Lenda Library is out front, and I don't think the smack addict installed it. Nope, Mr. Crocket is here to lend a hand. Bill's getting ready to get back on the horse when Crocket dares him to just say no, although he can certainly understand the appeal of this dad chair.
Good taste, Bill. You get a gold star.
Bill threatens him with a gun, but a bit of Crocket magic turns the ammunition into bubbles. You know, I've heard of hollow tip bullets, but this is ridiculous. Crocket sings a song about sharing and shares some of those bubbles with Bill as he forces the gun into his mouth. Then he bursts Bill's bubble and his head. Holy shit, yeah! Rhonda bears witness to all of this by watching through their window as Carrie leaves with Mr. Crocket. Oh, and Crocket sees her too. I love this creepy shot of him. It's chilling. Brandon Espy knew Elvis Nolasco from his much grittier performance in American Crime. After he was cast, Nolasco came up with his own details for Mr. Crocket's backstory. He avoided rewatching movies like Candyman, wanting to create a new character with a unique voice and behaviors. He also requested prosthetic veneer teeth, which is great for the character's look, but it messes with his speech a little bit.
You're mistaken about two things. First, your gun seems to be having some issues.
Major is still binge-watching Crocket, and Summer's starting to grow tired of it. She also don't like the way that puppet bird be peeping at her. It's staring for a bit too long, straight through the screen.
Fucking public television. I want my damn donation back.
She tries to limit Major's Crocket time and tells him to go outside, but he has a major meltdown and starts breaking stuff Limp Bizkit style. He even smashes one of his dad's trophies and a picture of him. Summer's been trying her hardest this whole time, but this finally puts her over the edge.
Oh my God, I'm done with your shit. I'm done. If this is how you're gonna act, you don't wanna be on my team? Fine. All right, I quit. I quit being your fucking mother. I quit.
She sends him to his room in tears in another intense scene that works well because of actor Jerrica Hinton, best known for her stint on Grey's Anatomy. Her skill as a dramatic actress really helps the weaker parts of the film. She's so good as a beleaguered mom who just wants to raise a decent human being. Unfortunately, his father's death has left Major acting up worse than the Babadook kid. Well after bedtime, Summer hears Crocket's theme song coming from the TV, but turning it off proves to be a fleetingly temporary solution. It turns itself on like an autosexual and cranks the volume all the way up. She goes the physical route and just pushes the set over, but Mr. Crocket Samara's out of the broken screen. Glass shards be damned.
Hello there.
He draws himself a portal with his magical marker and vanishes into it, coming out of it in Major's room. Wait, his portal only took him like down the hall? It's no rift gun, I tell you what. Crocket creates another portal for Major, and Summer can't Jack Torrance her way into the room in time.
Say goodbye to mommy, Major.
Goodbye, Mommy.
Damn, kid, that's cold. Before she can reach them, Crocket and that little shit vanish through the portal. This time, it takes them farther than just down the hall. Major finds himself in Mr. Crockett's world for real, although something feels off about it. Amidst the Technicolor PBS paradise, there are flashes of a more sinister reality. It's a nightmare world with a blood-red sky, a fucked up man in the moon, and a Barbara Maitland-looking bird. For the regular, non-nightmare version of Crockett's world, Espy and crew worked to craft something that felt like a real kid's show of the era. He took inspiration from some of his own childhood favorites, like Reading Rainbow, Picture Pages, Sid and Marty Krofft, and the old McDonaldland characters. Production designer Michelle Patterson designed the set with homages to the Krofft brothers, Mr. Rogers, and Pee-wee's Playhouse, all with a bit of 70s funk mixed in. And the TV show clips were lit like real kids shows from the era by cinematographer Powell Robinson, who also shot the work of art music video for Ice Nine Kills. That's awesome. As for the puppets, they were designed by artist Alex Pardee, who was instructed to make them like Candyman and Nightmare on Elm Street meets Pee-wee's Playhouse and Mr. Rogers. They were brought to life by the crew at Masters FX, whose work we've seen in Slither and PG's Psycho Goreman, which won the prime rib for best practical effects at the first Dead Meat Horror Awards. All these tangible creations helped give the show an authentic 90s feel. Back in the real world, it's a terrible day in the neighborhood. Summer's putting up missing posters when she stumbles upon the crime scene at Carrie's house. A neighbor mentions that the TV had its screen punched out. Summer realizes Mr. Crocket must be behind this American crime. She heads to the library for a good old-fashioned microfiche montage. We love to see it. Yeah, you find that focus. Oh yeah, there it is. Summer learns that Emmanuel Crocket used to be a children's TV host, like a regular one, of the non-supernatural kind. But in 1979, he kidnapped a boy named Anthony Williams and was subsequently killed in a police shootout. Summer's research is interrupted by the sound of a familiar theme song. She wanders into the AV room, where Mr. Crocket reveals he knows what she's up to.
I see that you've been looking for me. Well, here I am, silly goose.
He tells her to stop looking, or else.
Unless you want to join your husband in hell.
It gets grabby, so Summer gets the hell out of there. At the exit, she's stopped by a man who introduces himself as Eddie. He saw her at Carrie's house earlier and overheard her talking about Major missing. He tells Summer that his daughter was also taken by Mr. Crocket 5 months ago. He asks her to work with him, since she's the only person who's seen Crocket and lived to tell the tale. Or is she? Summer remembers Rhonda and all the then cryptic, creepy things she was saying. She realizes Rhonda must be another Crocket victim, so she and Eddie agree to link back up tomorrow. That night, Summer dreams about her dead husband. The dream turns to a nightmare as Crocket Krugers it up, peeling off hubby's face to reveal his own. A dream about a children's host is actually what inspired Mr. Crocket in the first place. Espy became frustrated with his eldest son's obsession with the YouTube show Blippi, and one day snapped at him about it.
Fuck Blippi.
Later, he had a dream about Blippi beating him up.
And I had a dream one night. I was like, damn, what if like I yelled at him about it? And I dream, I'm like, what if Blippi like whooped me? You know, beat me up because of this, because yelling at my son.
That fight with Dream Blippi led him to develop what became Mr. Crocket, who even sports a similar bow tie. The rest of his look was inspired by Mr. Rogers, of course, and Espy's own father. Summer wakes up to the sound of someone at her door. It's Eddie, who says he's managed to track down Rhonda. Well then, load up the smile sound effects and let's go! They find her in a hideout full of televisions that allow her to monitor Mr. Crocket. We got a glimpse of this hideout earlier when Rhonda was Carol Anning a screen. It's using Crocket's own techniques against him. She says he finds kids he wants to take by watching them and their parents through their TVs. Somehow, Rhonda has learned how to tap into the frequency of Crocket's mind and sees what he sees through the TVs? Wait, what? Yeah, she knows it sounds like a Crocket of shit, so she does a demonstration for Summer and Eddie. She wargs into Crocket's mind to show them the jumble of his thoughts and memories. families. At first, it's a lot of the same happy footage we've already seen, but the sight of a child in distress reminds him of a painful personal memory. We see Mr. Crocket at what must have been the beginning of his career.
Hello, girls and boys.
It's total amateur hour, and as his set falls apart, he berates a crew member with quite the potty mouth.
Hold the fucking string. Fuck you. No, fuck you. Where are you going? You non-string holy motherfucker!
Holy shit.
He becomes more erratic until he snaps and beats his Benny the Bison puppet with a hammer, with his hand still inside. This memory is a warning sign that he's about to strike again. They catch a glimpse of the next victim's address and pull Rhonda out of her trance so they can try to stop him. When they get there, an exhausted Rhonda lets her guilt speak for her.
You ever wonder if they're better off with him?
With Crocket? Fuck no, what are you talking about?
Summer ain't having that shit and says Major needs his mother, so the Crocket hunters head inside. Looks like the kids have been practicing their alphabet since the adults find a house that's decked out with blueprints clues. They find a very dismembered body. Oh shit, man, that's nasty. Yeah, just throw that thing on the counter. Mr. Crocket's still here too, and he corners Eddie and Summer. Help them, Rhonda. Help them, Rhonda. Oh, she does with a by God. But Crocket comes out on top when he stabs Rhonda in the neck with a shard of the broken chair. It puts her down, but buys Summer and Eddie just enough time to run through the portal and into the Crocketverse. They find a fucking nightmare version of Mr. Crocket's world. Oh man, we're in full-on Phantasm mode here. It's the actual Mr. Crocket's world, where Tickles the Clock is a gross little guy who's probably on several lists. A toothier Boogaloo Blue scares Eddie away, leaving Summer by herself when Crocket emerges from behind his big ol' shaggy friend. Cherry, who's quite scary, restrains Summer while Crocket gathers his group of static-eyed kids for story time. He's here to tell everyone his backstory in animated picture book form. The style here was inspired by the movie Cool World, which I mostly know because of the song Bowie did for it. Emmanuel Crocket grew up with an abusive father until he killed his dad and made it look like an accident. And yeah, we'll count these cartoon kills. They really happened and we're seeing them. Kinda. Emmanuel's unprocessed childhood trauma led him to becoming a children's TV host, with dreams of being a parent to all the children of the world. One day, he saw Anthony Williams, a boy with sad eyes, and assumed he was having trouble at home. So Crocket took Anthony to raise as his own, which is also known as kidnapping. We get more animated kills to count when the police bust in on Crocket and get shanked to death. Oh shit. Then the police, wait, what the fuck? Opened fire at little Anthony while he was running out of the closet? Crocket saved the boy by jumping in front of the bullets, shading in the shootout story we learned about at the library. After his death, Crocket went to hell and made a deal with the devil. He'd send bad parents to hell in exchange for his own pocket dimension where he could take their kids. He'd keep them safe and happy down there.
No pain, no anger, no yelling, no spanking.
Summer calls out to Eddie for help, but surprise, his name's not Eddie at all. It's Anthony Williams, aka the little boy who Crocket saved, you know, after kidnapping him.
I've been trying to come home to him since I was 9 years old, and thanks to you, I've made it.
It's a little obvious. Dude was acting sus from the get-go and even had a tape of Crocket songs in his car. Turns out Anthony wanted to stay with Crocket and doesn't want to let Summer destroy his chance to get back with the bow-tied guy. He goes to end summer like Labor Day with some hilarious encouragement from the chair. But he stopped when Mr. Crocket calls him over. Anthony goes for a hug, but Crocket says he doesn't belong there.
Anthony is an innocent young boy. You are an old, bitter, insane man who have done nothing with his life.
Damn, Crocket really John Cena'd him. Even worse, he sicks blue on Anthony and the puppet eats him alive. Well, good. That problem kind of fixed itself. Crocket agrees to give Summer one chance to convince Major to leave with her, so she wipes the film away from his eyes. They hug, and that's nice, but Crocket reminds Major of what Summer said, that she didn't want to be his mom anymore. So Major chooses his TV daddy, which Crocket really gets a kick out of. That dude is having a great time. Crocket says it's time to play a game of hide and seek with a deadly twist. Whomever kills Summer wins. Have at it, creepy kids! The children become little demon spawn, running around this dark boiler room, squawking and scratching and biting at her. Squawky Bird swoops in for some foul play too, but Summer ducks that bird right out. But he ain't humanoid, so he don't go on the count. Crocket finds Summer and says that's it. Game over, man! He draws a knife, literally, and gives it to Major. He encourages him to kill his mom, just like he did his dad when he was young. But Summer is able to snap Major out of it when she finds and blows the whistle. With his trance broken, she tells him that she loves him, and that convinces him to stab her. Wait, what the fuck? Just kidding. Major pulled a switcheroo and snatched the magical marker out of Crocket's hands. I guess that's enough to break the trance he has over the other kids. What, did he rule by Crayola decree? In any case, he ain't happy about it.
You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. Oh, that rainbow book motherfucker is a candy-ass bitch next to me.
Hey, LeVar Burton is a national treasure. How dare you? Summer cuts off Crocket mid-threat and cuts him in half with his own magical marker. His top half is still crawling around as they disappear through the portal, but you know what? I'll still count him as another kill. Why not? It's fun. Back in the real world, we find out Rhonda wasn't killed, so she gets to see her son Darren again in a bold and beautiful reunion. The other kids? Well, their parents all died, so that's off in the foster system, I guess. That'll go great, I'm sure. But hey, at least Major and Darren can be friends. And Major's friends with his mom now too, tossing around the old pigskin. Oh shit, and Casper's in theaters? Damn, things really did turn out okay. At least until Major's teacher comes by to have a talk with Summer. There have been problems with Major at school. He's been acting more aggressively, and the other kids are afraid of him. They're especially afraid of the man Major calls his dad. They believe he'll come through their TVs and take them away. Oh, and here he comes through your TV right now. No, it's just a pre-credits jump scare. False alarm. Hey kids, did you count how many victims Mr. Crocket killed? Well, I know how we can all find out. Follow me and let's get to the numbers. It doesn't even have to go down the hallway. I literally do the numbers in this room, but follow me. Counted 9 kills in Mr. Crocket, with all 9 victims being men, giving us this entirely boogaloo blue pie chart. And though we've seen 9 kills aplenty, this is a kill-a-gami since it's the first time they've been all dudes. With a runtime of 87 minutes, Mr. Crocket had a kill on average every 9.67 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Kevin and his deadly dinner time. It's a gross and gory way to kick off the movie, solidifying Crocket as a real sadistic fuck. Golden shiny for lamest kill, I guess we'll go to Anthony. It's not that bad, but I just liked everything else a little bit more. And that's it. Mr. Crocket was released in 2024, and SB hopes to bring the character back for a sequel someday, which I do too. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
Father's Day is coming up, and we have the perfect gift for dear old dad.
You know.
It's the exact same thing as last year.
Just keeps on trying.
Terry O'Quinn is back in Stepfather 2, and though he's going by a different name,
call me Gene.
He's still the same old slashy step-pappy.
Home sweet home.
That means he's got another mom to seduce, another child to traumatize,
it doesn't have anything to do with you,
and a whole host of obstacles to turn into corpses. Stepfather 2 moves away from the bounds of true crime and sees Henry Jerry Jean go full slasher villain.
That is good. That is very good.
You might think that would make for some bloody good fun, but instead, this is mostly a well-acted bore.
Not too popular, are you?
But don't take your kill daddy's word for it. Find out for yourself by watching Stepfather 2 this week.
Not in this lifetime.
Then on Friday, Daddy's back home for the kill count, only on Dead Meat.
What's the matter? You afraid to start dating?
Stepfather 2 can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this kill count for Mr. Crocket. I didn't love the movie the first time I watched it, but honestly, the more time I spent with it working on this episode, the more I liked it. Something just doesn't click for me, but it's almost there. I want it to get there. I want to see more. I also feel like Crocket's a great character for Horror Survivor and Horror Royal Rumble. I mean, he's got the look, he's got the personality, he's got the pizzazz. If you want to keep up to date with Dead Meat happenings, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. We'll give you updates all the time. As for June, we don't have a ton going on, but we are going to be at VidCon. Not like the same installation that we had on the floor last year, but we will be part of a panel and we'll be doing a live Dead Meat podcast. So anyone in the LA, Anaheim area, or anyone coming there for VidCon, check us out. I want to thank some patrons like Lainey Marie, Izzy Foshizzy, Sid Slonsky, Liv, Remay, and Isaac, and Timothy Rivera. Thanks everyone. Be good people.